Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Quick Expert Reviews. Today we've got a Huawei P Smart. To be honest, a phone I did not expect to get to review so soon, but at the same time I'm really amazed by what you can get for £189. Yeah, the phone only costs £189, so that's not that expensive. So standard unboxing, well, my review unit came with a SIM tray pin, a Huawei charger. It's not Huawei supercharger though, so it's a box standard charger, even though I think it outputs 2 amps. Yeah, exactly. So it's not that bad, but yeah. And you do get a cable as well. However, weirdly enough, in 2018 you do get a micro USB cable. So if you've made the transition to Type-C with all your devices, yeah, Huawei disappoints a bit. But then again, do remember that it's a £189 phone. Which, apart from the micro USB port, is really decently equipped. So 5.65 inch display, dual lens camera, 13 megapixel on the left and 2 megapixel on the right, and then we've got the LED LED. We've got the fingerprint sensor on the back, volume rocker up down, and power button on the right. One single speaker, a micro USB port, and a headphone jack, which is always a welcome addition, to be honest. I'm a fan of headphone jacks, I'm not gonna lie. Even though obviously headphone jacks are quite old and obsolete, I still prefer to have the headphone jack as opposed to not have a headphone jack. Yeah, front-facing camera as well on board, and the front-facing camera is 8 megapixel f-stop 2.0, which is exactly the same as the back-facing camera. We do get the SIM tray and the memory card tray as well on one, so as a one tray. So it's nice that the phone does actually is actually capable of expanding the memory. The Huawei website claims it's up to 256 gigs. So this is a 32 gig model, which means that it only comes with 3 gigabytes of RAM. However, the 64 gig model comes with 4 gigabytes of RAM. To be honest, it still runs pretty smoothly. It's powered by an octa-core high silicon Kirin 659. What it means it works pretty well. It's an in-house processor made by Huawei. It runs on Android 8.0 out of the box as well. Again, £189 phone. Pretty decent, I have to admit. So this is the EMUI, which is the user interface made by Huawei. As you can see, it's quite highly customizable. You can change quite a lot, so you can even change the navigation dock if you'd like to, if you'd like it to move or not, up and down, to hide. You can rearrange the back with stop, with multitasking with home buttons, and yada yada yada. So it works pretty well. I'm probably one of 3 people that are actually fans of EMUI. I do really like the high customizability of the user interface, even though sometimes some functions do double up in certain settings, which I will show you in a second. Yeah, one-handed UI, which is pretty handy on the 5.65 inch screen. Flip your phone to mute. I think every single phone does that now. 3-finger screenshot, so you just slide 3 fingers and you get a screenshot. Double touch, so you can turn the screen off when you double tap, if you like to do that without reaching the power button. Schedule power on and off if you want the phone to be turned off overnight and then turned back on during the day. Security and privacy, file safe and app lock. File safe allows you to put some files in a safe that's locked with a fingerprint sensor, 32 gig internal memory, and the app lock allows you to lock, for example, gallery with your fingerprint sensor if you'd like to. Huawei Headphone doesn't work without headphones, but it's like an equalizer, and you can adjust the audio quality through the headphones if you'd like to. There's not much more, to be honest, in terms of audio settings, sadly, but then you only get 1 speaker, so I presume that's why. Display, obviously, as usual, you do get the color temperature that you can adjust. Eye comfort mode, which is like a night shift mode, removes the blue hue from the display and makes your eyes feel less strained. Full screen display, because this is a Huawei full screen display that allows the apps to be scaled full screen without the navigation dock and all that jazz. You can also reduce the screen resolution if you'd like to, from 2060 by 1080p to a bit more than 720p. Battery, so the battery, which is 3000 milliampere hours, it's pretty decent, I have to admit, I'm not gonna lie. Lasts around 2 days, which is not something very common today. App Twin, again, pretty useful. You can download 2 Facebooks, 2 WhatsApps, 2 Facebook messengers, and you use them simultaneously. So that's always a nice addition. What else have we got here? Device connection, not much. You can do mirror share if you'd like to your telly, and Huawei Beam works with Huawei tablets and phones, which is basically a double off on the just a standard Google Beam. Games pre-installed, well, let's skip that for a minute. And yeah, tools. So phone clone, for example, allows you to transfer all your data from other phones to Huawei handset and so on, so on. But the most important bit, in my opinion, is the camera. So apart from having 13 megapixels, obviously, and like a pro shoot mode where you can adjust everything manually, you do get 2 cameras. Now, the second camera doesn't have any form of optical zoom or whatsoever. Neither of the cameras optical image stabilized either. However, it works really nicely with the Huawei portrait mode and the Huawei wide aperture mode, which I will show you in a second. It does the job pretty well, and again, for that price, you do get quite a lot. Now, if you'd like to, you can also choose a pro video, which I just showed you, allows you to change a lot of settings. But then again, one thing I don't like is that when you choose the camera, you then go to settings, you only get the camera settings, so you have to go back and change to video, so swipe left twice to then allow you to change the video settings, and it only records in 1080p in 30 frames per second, but that's obviously what you get for the price you pay, so you can't really get 4K or in a brand new handset for that price. But yeah, as you can see, you can still record in like 720p and so on and so on in 16:9, which is obviously nice, but then again the screen is 18:9 IPS LCD, so it's pretty weird. But yeah, this is what you get. So let's focus on a couple of features. You've got a moving picture enabled, which means moving picture allows you to save GIFs. Portrait mode blurs the background when you look at a person. I don't have a subject to test it on, so I'm going to test it on 2 owls. If you'd like to, you can adjust the beauty level so it smoothens the skin and everything. And then you've got the wide aperture mode, which is my favorite, to be honest, because it works really well with everything. So you take a picture, obviously, and then you can see it very nicely blurs the background. But what you can also do is that you can click here, and then you can click somewhere else, and it moves the blurriness. You can adjust the blurriness as well by the slider on the bottom. So in my opinion, from 4.0 up to the end, it looks natural. If you drop down below 4.0, looks a bit more artificial. So yeah, that's what you get. You also get filters if you'd like to, so you can adjust the picture to your liking. So yeah, that's the camera covered. Obviously, Huawei being Huawei, you do have like performance mode. You've got the cleanup, you've got the antivirus built in, which you can't really remove, so that might be the downside of EMUI. But apart from that, you do get a lot for the price you pay, I have to admit. One of my favorite phones. If I wouldn't be reviewing the next A2 Ultra right now, that would be my phone of my choice. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!